It's the I Can't Mom Today podcast with Heather, the new mom, and Vera, the seasoned mom. I Can't Mom Today.
Hey, this is Vera and Heather back again with another episode of I Can't Mom Today podcast. Hi, Vera.
Hey, Heather.
How are you?
I'm struggling today. The weather, well, we've got a hurricane possibly coming our way. And that exacerbates the lovely thing that I have called rheumatoid arthritis. Mm-hmm. You know, the change in barometric pressure always messes with me. So
yeah, it always gives me headaches.
Exactly. Like I have a headache and it just kind of makes me feel more fatigued than usual. And just, you know, it's like my body's like, there's something coming this way.
Get prepared. So you're like a bird, is what you're telling me.
Pretty much. No, I actually did have an allergist tell me that. He said that it's actually a real thing that even people that don't have autoimmune issues sometimes get, like you were saying, you get a headache a lot of times. Mm-hmm. People get like, you know, maybe a runny nose or whatever when the barometric pressure changes drastically. And he said it's really a thing. It really is like you said, like birds, like where your body feels difference coming and like is saying, prepare, there could be danger ahead.
Yeah, and we were probably more in tune to that, you know, 600 years ago or whenever we were cave people. I'm not good with history.
Yeah, when we were cave people. Definitely. How are you doing?
I have a good and a bad. You want good first or bad first?
Bad first. That way we take away good.
Yeah, I get it. So we were celebrating something and I'll tell you about, that's part of the good. So we're celebrating something. And so we went to go go pizza because our COVID cases are out of control right now for Colorado. And there was a cute little elderly couple. So I like rushed over to like open the door for him because like, listen, I don't want them to get sick. They chose to go out, but I still want to like limit their exposure, right? Because we're so cute.
Yeah.
And so I went to open the door and limit my exposure all while opening the door. And so I opened it with my pinky, which is not strong enough.
Oh no.
Out. And I felt like something like snap and I was like, ah, and like pain, you know, obviously I just smiled through it because I didn't want people to be concerned. And so that night was fine. And then the next day it was like, I couldn't put lotion on my face because it hurt so bad. Like that's how painful it was. So they don't think it's anything big, but they won't know unless they do an MRI, but we're just giving it a week, see what happens. And then I have to isolate it. I have this big, a splint.
Fun.
Yeah.
So you can drink tea with the big pinky sticking out.
Well, I have it taped to the other finger right now because I want to keep it straight. Anyways, it's just, so
not the same.
That's the bad. The good is that Baker's finally sleeping in his room and sleeping through the night.
Rock on.
What? Who knew that it would only take a week to get him to do that?
How did you do it?
Well, it was slow steps to begin with because I was like snuggling with him until, you know, he fell asleep. And I still have to sit outside the door in the stairs because he has to see me, you know. Mm-hmm. But at least it's not snuggling with him where I have to just sit there. I can like read a book or do something else besides snuggling with him. And usually he's out pretty quick. But yeah. And so it was a slow crawl of like, I sat by the bed and held his hand. And then I sat a little further away. And then I, sat by the door. And then I sat by the stairs. And so he can still see me. And he'll always be like, Mommy, I can't see you. Because I'll like try to close the door. I'll close the door before he's asleep and he'll be like, I can't see you. I'm just like, yes.
Well, I used to with Luke, one of the things that helped with him was I got him one of those bed tents. So that way he felt safe and kind of closed in. Yeah. So I did that. That helped when he was, you know, trying to get him to, but of course he still got up at 4 a.m. Can we get up now? Can we get up now?
Massive doses of bribery.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you were bribing Baker with stickers, weren't you?
No, what was it? We had Thanksgiving wooden ornaments that I got for Michael's because, you know, that Thanksgiving tree that everybody has.
Yeah.
And I mean, it legitimately is ornaments. So I guess you just hang them up, but he could color on it. So I got a couple of those, got these lights that are also wooden and you color on it for Christmas. And then a couple other things, a couple books and yes, we got some stickers because I shared that on Instagram, all the stickers.
Yep.
But yeah, and that was like a week. And then the first couple of nights he woke up in the middle of the night and then he slept through the night. And I woke up, I was like, holy shit.
Right?
Well, this is what sleep feels like. Cause since
know.
he's been born, there's only been, I would say 3 nights that he hasn't woken up in the middle of the night.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Yay!
I'm woo.
Well, I'm very happy for you because I know it's a big milestone for him. And then, like you said, sleep is so beautiful.
Oh God, yeah.
You can get it. It's
yeah.
a beautiful, lovely thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, I still don't get enough of it, but I get more of it now. So I'm more uninterrupted, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and that makes a big difference too, for sure. Like you could get quote unquote 8 hours of sleep, but if it's interrupted twice, it's not really 8 hours exactly.
Totally.
For reals.
Sorry, I'm drinking my coffee and it's like making me phlegmy.
Oh, ew.
I know. Sorry.
So a big election just passed by last week.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, I know. There was this election for president or something.
Oh man, I forgot my
The rest of the world kind of cared about it too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's been a big, I mean, where I live in particular, since I live in Florida,
which is very red.
Yes, a lot of Trump supporters, except I live in one of those teeny tiny little areas that's, if you look on the map, it's a little blue, but most of my friends are Trump supporters. I am not, but that's okay. I'm friends with them anyway. And then it's been, most of the time it's really good, except the last, year or so, it's been kind of rough because people get a few drinks in them and then start talking. And then it's like, no, I want to talk about it. No, I really don't want it. Please don't make me talk about it.
Yeah, because claws are going to come out.
Exactly. And I just, it's tiring and it's troublesome. And it's just, it's not fun. Doesn't for a fun party make. So now that the election we think may or may not, God bless you, may or not be over.
Yes.
I'm still, there's Trump is contesting the results. And, one of my Trump friends that I did see, other than that, I went to visit my best friend in Jacksonville this past weekend.
Oh, fun.
And they are Trump supporters. So, but luckily she doesn't talk politics. So I was like, this is awesome. Like we had a really great weekend together until her husband came home.
Oh, no.
He was gone for the weekend, took their son camping, came home and he's, well, how about that election, huh? I don't want to talk about it. So we talked about it briefly. And of course, he's talking about the ballots that were rushed in via Corvette or Ferrari or something somewhere. I don't know. There's videos of ballots being snuck in. And again, if that's what you believe, that's fine. That's what you believe. I don't believe that. But again, we can all still be friends. I think of, they're like family to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Thankfully, I don't have to go, and I'm not planning on going because of traveling. I still don't feel comfortable like going up to New Jersey right now. Like I was okay to go 2 hours away, but I don't know if I'm going to go anyway real far because of COVID. We're still dealing with that.
Wait, just kidding.
Yeah, what COVID? Don't do that to me.
Sorry, I apologize.
I've got RA brain. Stop it.
I'm doing it a little too much. I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's okay. So my family that's here. We are like-minded politically. So we may get together for Thanksgiving and I guess Christmas. I'm not sure what we're doing for Christmas yet. So at least I don't have to think about that. But I was curious to see what you're doing. I know we've touched on it before. Did you say you're just staying in Colorado and you're not going to go visit family anywhere?
We're flying to Oklahoma City to see Brad's family, which, I mean, if you don't know this about me, I am left leaning for the most part. I mean, I think majority of people are pretty centered and lean left or the right. And I think that's pretty typical, right? I think that we choose a side based on specific political points.
Right.
But don't agree. I don't think anybody's like, I think there are very few people that are like, I am 100% Democrat. I'm 100% Republican. I think that's just not the case for the most part.
I think those are the most vocal people, but I think, yes, that generally.
Oh, I'm vocal because of a lot of things, truthfully. Like I just like to make sure the record is correct.
Right.
And that people are being kind to one another. Because don't get me wrong, like last election, I was nasty to people. I was like, you are dumb and stop right now. And so, but I've grown
Really?
up.
You, Heather? What?
I've grown up a little bit, but and I think that's the thing. You just need to be more aware of yourself and improve yourself, right? Because nobody's perfect. I mean, I'm not,
Mhm.
and I still get really heated because there are, and I said this from the get-go, is that for me, Trump sets off a visceral response
Mhm.
that just makes me ill, and
Mhm.
it's something that has been there since he chose to run
Mhm.
in 2000 and I don't know when he decided, to the early 2016, 2015, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was just like from that point, I was just like, oh, he makes me sick. And
Mhm.
that's me. And people may have that same feeling for Biden. And that's fine. It's human, it's your nature, and that's okay.
Mhm.
But Brad's family, for the most part, is very right leaning,
Right.
and some of them harder than the others. And so I told Brad, I was like, if Trump wins again, I don't know that I can go there for Thanksgiving, just because I know myself, and I know that I would be a sore loser, and I wouldn't want to put him through that, because that's
Mm.
not fair to him, and that's not fair to his family either. And so I
No.
know that, and then maybe, I don't know. So anyways, but if Biden does wind up winning, we don't know still, then I won't be a sore winner. Like, I won't be like, yeah, woo woo. I'm not
Yeah,
going to do all
exactly.
that. Or I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. Like, I can bite my tongue for those circumstances. Like, if somebody's bitching about, Trump not winning or whatever, then, but I won't for some of the inaccuracies. I will not bite my tongue. I will
Yes.
definitely make sure inaccuracies are set straight, because there's a lot of, on all sides. It's not just right, it's not left, it's both sides. There are very
Mhm.
inconsistent
Mhm.
inaccuracies that just need to be kind of set straight.
Yes. Oh no, that's very true. And that's what I've said to everybody, it's say, I don't completely believe either side, you
Mhm.
know, but I do think that there's a lot of BS that comes out of Trump, especially via tweet.
Mhm.
And but also too, I grew up in New York. So he's been around. I've known of him for a long time, which again shocks me that people from the South and the Midwest actually like him, because he's so New York. And like, uh, it just shocks me. Not that there's anything wrong with being New York, because I am New York. But like he
Mhm.
doesn't have that. There's no like that gentility that you normally associate with people in the South, or
Yep.
that's very gruff, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So anyway,
Mhm.
I just I'm not even sure that I have the opportunity to socialize with some friends tonight, and I've decided I'm not going because I'm not feeling very well anyway. But I know of one friend, and it's a group of ladies, one friend who was a Biden supporter. And when we've gotten together with the same group, like every once in a while, she'll pull me aside and say, "Hey, have you voted yet? Okay. How are you doing? I'm okay. How are you doing?" Like we've had to be very secretive about our little,
You're my
beliefs.
secret tryst.
Exactly. So, um, yeah, I just don't think I have the energy to hear if anybody starts complaining about the election or claiming that it was stolen or whatever, which again, hey, I have an open mind. If there is absolute proof that that's what happened, that would be awful.
Mhm.
But I want the truth to come out as well. And I
Yeah.
believe the truth will. So, but at the same time, I don't want to listen to a bunch of people griping about it and making claims of things that they read on Facebook about, things that may or may not be true. It's just that it happens to align with what they believe. And I just don't have the energy. So, like I said, I'm thankful. I might consider, depending on what's going on with COVID or whatever, traveling for Christmas, but I'm not so
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah.
And my part of my family up north is also aligns with my political beliefs, but then
Mhm.
part of them don't. And so that could be a problem. And I just don't want to have to worry about that. So so you're going to go, and let's say that by then they say, okay, Biden's won. He's the president-elect for sure. So you're just going to like try and keep calm. And if they say anything, just kind of smile and nod.
Yeah. And I don't think that for the most part, I would say they're not confrontational people.
Yeah.
They're just not.
No, I know you love them. I mean,
Yeah.
I know you've always said great things about them. So that, yeah.
But yeah, I think as long as I'm not hearing something that's like wildly bizarre and off base and not correct, I think I'm probably just gonna keep my mouth shut. Talk about other things. I mean, and I think that's very realistic to do.
Well, it's like that old adage, don't talk politics or religion, because you run the risk of creating an argument and ill will between people. And that's the thing for me too. Like I have some friends who are adamant Trump supporters, and they know that I'm not. And I'll say, look, I know that if I ever need anything, I know the foundation of your character. So I'm going to remain friends with you based on the foundation of your character and not your political or religious beliefs even, but like I said, there have been times where it's been hard, especially on Facebook. So I just keep on scrolling.
Yep.
Keep on scrolling.
Yep.
Keep scrolling. So yeah, it's not exactly over yet, but I'm hopeful that at the very least too, maybe some of the hateful rhetoric will die down.
Yeah, on both sides.
Yes, exactly. I just want everybody to keep calm, work on eliminating this COVID BS, and get the economy back where it needs to be, and be nice to each other, because being shitty to each other just, God, it takes so much energy.
It does.
So what are you going to do for Christmas?
For me, like, so Brad just got a promotion at work. And so that means that if there's any riots or anything like that, he has to now go out if the National Guards gets called up. And so that like kind of sank in with me. And I was like, before it was a 50-50 shot at whether he was going to go out. So it felt a little bit more comfortable, but with it being that he would have to go out, like that made me very uncomfortable. And so I've laid into a family member already, because I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, if because of your choices this happens, I'm going to remind you every day.
Well.
And so like, but that person's really close to me.
Yeah.
And I just and can't give me a concrete reason for voting that way that they did. And like if you give me a reason, like a valid reason besides he's a man or whatever, I don't even know the person reason because they haven't given it to me. So yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm on protest right now with that person.
Let's just hope things stay calm.
Yeah, no, because I would and all for selfish reasons, I don't want, we don't condone rioting by any stretch of the imagination. I think that you are valid in protesting. Yes.
Yeah.
And doing a peaceful protest. I 100% like it. That's the way you can get things done. But when you start just, hurting people or people's things,
businesses,
that is not okay.
Violence is not cool.
Yeah.
Violence is not the answer.
Yep.
So what are you guys going to do for Christmas?
We are staying home because Santa, duh. Oh,
that's right. Yes. Oh, we need to talk about Santa, about people getting their Santa videos, because I know you did this for Baker. Unfortunately, Luca's too old. The holidays always make me a little bit sad because there's all that fun little kid stuff that you get to do with the holidays, and can't do that with a 17, almost 18-year-old anymore.
You can, just strange.
Well, yeah.
But yes, so I got because he's only 3 and he's very shy. So if he's on video with somebody, especially somebody that he's not seen before, and he knows the concept of Santa, but he's not met Santa before, I don't think, except for when he was under a year. And so he'll just and like put his head on his shoulder, and that means he doesn't want to talk. He's like,
Yeah.
And then so I was like, I'm not spending the money on a Zoom call, because you can do a Zoom Santa call with up to 3
so
people.
cool.
Yeah, up to 3 kids, I think, or 3 families. And then, but what I did was I did the video recording. So I gave
You
them a
sent
bunch
in,
of information about
info.
Baker.
Yeah.
And then he, we got the video and we got it back in really quick time. I got it in October, so he's already seen it. So I'm going to keep playing it for him. I actually can refer back to them. Like, remember what Santa said, da, 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 like Santa said this, so I could keep reminding him of that. So that's why I got it early. And I wanted to check it out too for you, because you are important to me. Our listener is very important to me and you, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume that you.
No, I could give two shits, really.
We don't ever want to suggest something that hasn't been checked out. We don't use ourselves. So it was really cool. I liked it. I'll probably do a Zoom call eventually when he gets older, probably 6, only because I think by that time he'll be less shy, and maybe he'll have like a cousin or something that wants to jump on it too. But we'll put the link in the show notes for it. And you can also go to our Facebook page, or I don't know if we have it on LinkedIn, or not LinkedIn. We're not even on LinkedIn, ding dong. Instagram.
I don't think we have it on Twitter.
Okay.
So.
Well, we'll add all those so that you can check it out.
But you get, so like Heather said, so the benefit of the video would be like, it's something you can reference.
I think
say,
you can record the call too. I think it's
really.
I think you wind up getting a recording. I'm not 100%, but I think that's the case.
Oh, that would be cool too. But the interaction, that would be a bit. Again, you have to know your kid, and if they're too shy, then that would be a waste of the video call itself. So, getting the message might be safer, just depending on what your kids like and how shy they are.
Yeah,
and how old they are. Probably.
And he just loved it. He just stood there. I tried taking video, but of course, like as soon as I turn on any camera, he just stops being cute.
Yeah, that's my pets do that too all the time. So yeah, so we'll post up that link so you guys can check that out, because I think it's super cool.
Oh my God, it's so great. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I would maybe I'll call Santa. I'll get a call for myself. That's like me. I mean, really, that's what, that Luke's older. Most of the holiday stuff that we do, like I've colored eggs now the last few years with my girlfriend, who's just like, you can come over and color eggs at my house, because I love to color eggs, but Luke's too old. Jerry could care less. So, and getting the tree, I'm always the one that's like, we gotta go get the tree. Come on and get the tree, So yeah, maybe I'll call.
We should do a Zoom call with Santa, get a few of us together, have some cocktails beforehand, so we're nice and
that would be funny.
Wee! That would be hilarious.
Now, girls, you need to cut back on the martinis. You're gonna be good girls.
Oh, and increase the whiskey. Is that what you're telling me, Santa?
Perhaps.
Done and done. Well,
hey, so are we ready for? I have a wild woman quote of the week.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm good.
All right, good. It's imperfection is beauty, madness is genius, and it's better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring.
True.
Marilyn Monroe.
Oh.
Yeah. You wouldn't think of her saying something like that. You'd think it would be all like, well, it's hard being beautiful or something like that. But no, I think that's really cool. Exactly.
Do you?
So I love that. I love that. Well, she was over the top with a lot of the ways that she did things. So I did like that, I have to say. Don't be afraid to spread your ridiculous wings.
Yes, unless it's trash talk.
Exactly. During the holidays.
Yeah.
So, but if anybody wants to email us or contact us, of course, I Can't Mom Today podcast at Gmail. And that's pretty much where we are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I Can't Mom Today podcast.
What about YouTube?
YouTube. I did say YouTube.
I know.
Oh, geez,
man, I'm just in like a slapstick mood today. Stop it.
You are. And don't forget to rate our podcast.
Oh, yes. And tell us which one you liked the most, so that we can, which episode that you liked the most, so that if you want to, maybe we'll be able to spin some other episodes off of those highest.
Yeah, we could spin off on some. If there's one that you liked and wanted to hear more, you could email us or, obviously DM us or whatever and let us know. That would be cool. Always looking for some criticism or props.
At the back.
Props are nice too. So,
All right. Until next time.
bye.
Bye.